Germany's Christian Democrats, the nation's center-right party, has won the federal election. The party's leader, Friedrich Merz, is likely to become the nation's next chancellor, with his party securing 208 seats and roughly 29% of the vote. The campaign's focus was dominated by long-standing concerns over Germany's economy and immigration policy. The party for current Chancellor Olaf Scholz's left-leaning government finished in third place with just 120 seats and 16% of the vote. The nation's far-right Conservative Party finished in second place, winning 152 seats and roughly 21% of the vote, nearly double its margin from the last federal election in 2021. AfD members have regularly flirted with Nazi slogans, diminished the Holocaust, and have been associated with plotting to overthrow the government.
Let's go to Berlin right now, and NBC News international correspondent Raf Sanz. Chaz is there. Raf, give us a rundown. How did things turn out?
Well, Joe, Mika, good morning. Two big headlines out of this consequential election. The first, as you said, Germany is going to have a new government led by a moderate conservative. But the second is that the far right made historic gains, unlike anything we have seen in this country since the Second World War. So starting with that new government, as you discussed, it's going to be led by Friedrich Merz. He is the head of the Christian Democrats, the center-right party, Angela Merkel's old party. He is a businessman by background. He is in many ways a pretty traditional European conservative, but he is coming to power as in what is a deeply not normal moment in U.S.-European relations. They have an interesting tradition in this country, guys. Immediately after the exit polls come out, all the party leaders go into a single TV studio. They sit around one table and they have a kind of round table discussion. And Merz was very, very blunt in that discussion. It's known as the elephant round. He said that it is very clear the Trump administration does not care about European security, and that as the next leader of Germany, Europe's largest economy, key member of NATO, it is going to be his absolute top priority to strengthen Europe so that it can forge an independent path from the United States. These are America's European allies saying they need to strike out on their own. He discussed the fact that Elon Musk and J.D. Vance pretty openly supporting the far right in this election. And he said that the election interference from Washington has been as shameful as the election interference from Moscow. So pretty stark words from the next leader of Germany. As we talked about, the far right, the Alternative for Germany, the AfD, winning 20% of the vote. It is about in line with the exit polls. There had been some concerns they might do even better than that. But, guys, that is still one German voter in 5 casting their ballots for the far right. This is a party whose most extreme members have talked about stripping citizenship from Germans who have overseas heritage. One of their most extreme leaders, a German court has ruled, can be legally described as a fascist based on his positions. So they were in a celebratory mood last night. It is not looking like they are going to have any role in government. Merz was very clear. He is going to uphold the so-called firewall, the principle that the mainstream parties do not cooperate with the far right. That is despite the vice president calling for that firewall to be torn down. Merz is now heading into several weeks of coalition negotiations. Analysts here say the most likely outcome is that he will go into government with the main center-left party, the Social Democrats. That's likely to provide a pretty stable government for Germany for the next couple of years. But those same analysts are saying it could be storing up trouble for the next election in 2029 when you have the two mainstream parties in government together. It may be that voters who are dissatisfied feel that they have no choice but to turn once again to the extremes. Guys.
All right, NBC's Raf Sanchez, live from Berlin. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. I will say one thing that has changed. You actually have the Christian Democrats who have taken a tougher line on immigration, something that hasn't happened in the EU for well over a decade. It's important to remember everything is context. It's important to remember that Angela Merkel allowed millions, well over 1 million immigrants into Syria, many with absolutely no screening at all. It caused serious political turmoil in that country, and it led, as we predicted here for well over a decade, it led to the rise of a far-right party. I will say, though, Ed Luce, yesterday, it does appear, though, that the center did hold. The grand coalition still in place. The center-right and the center-left will be going together, and I understand AFD makes the big headlines, but they were sitting at 20%, expecting to do far better after Elon Musk basically told them, never mind about the Holocaust, forget about your past, don't be guilty about any of that. Then J.D. Vance came over talking about tearing down a firewall. Well, I will say it appears that German voters responded to those messages about as effectively as American voters would respond to German politicians going to Peoria and telling them how to vote in their American elections.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good way of putting it. In fact, arguably, if you see the turnout, which was it was a high, a recent high in Germany, 85% of German voters voted yesterday. Compare that to the recent high in U.S. presidential elections of 66% in 2020. Then arguably Elon Musk really stimulated everyone else, the anti-AFD vote, to come out and vote and limit it to that 1 in 5 ceiling that it's been at for some time. Look, it's still, by German post-war standards, a pretty sobering result to see not just the far right get 1 in 5, but the far left surging as well. So put together, extreme parties are now about 30% of the German vote, and they used to be nowhere. But relative to where other democracies are going, including the United States, nearly half of America voted for Trump. This is a moderate center is holding election. And I think that the change in chancellors from Olaf Scholz to Friedrich Merz is extremely good news in terms of what Kathy was just saying. If we want Europe to move fast, because he's very clear, he said we've got no time for the usual German weeks and months of coalition negotiations. The world will not wait on us. We've got to move quickly, and we've got to build up our defenses against Russia. That's essentially his message.
Well, and I will say, Jonathan, also, he is a conservative. He is, again, he's taken a strong stance on immigration, not a radical stance on immigration, but the type of stance that the mushy middle in Europe has refused to take over the past decade and has allowed right-wing governments to rise in one country after another. Talking about firewalls, his views on immigration appear to be a firewall against, again, lending power to the far right. He also, as a conservative and a guy that's been involved in business for a very long time, is going to be in a position to address a real problem in Germany, and that is right now just an economy that is really stumbling and struggling along. Germany needs a kickstart. And there are many people who believe this center-right politician, the center-right leader, if chancellor, this center-right chancellor can do that.
Yeah, deeply sluggish economy for some time now. One final note about the Musk and Vance role here. There were some polls of a month or so back that suggest AFD would do better than they did yesterday. Now, still, again, a noteworthy result, to be sure. But it seems like Musk and Vance didn't really help, and in some ways may have even hurt some of the results. But Richard Haass, you still think, we were talking as you sat down here, that it is an alarming number that far-right party received 1 in 5. So talk to us a little bit more about that, but also the sort of the rightward shift here we're seeing in Germany, throughout Europe, and how it's going to deal with the United States.
Well, two things to me, Jonathan, were really interesting. Just quickly to put it aside, Merz, in that so-called elephant talk, after the election, to be so critical of the United States. Yep. What we're essentially seeing after 80 years, you can almost hear and see the tectonic plate shifting. The transatlantic era is ending. What Donald Trump has done, essentially Trump 2.0, a signal to Europeans that America is a very different country for having reelected Donald Trump. And the Atlantic Alliance, which was an assumption for Europeans, that the United States was there for them. And by the way, these negotiations with Ukraine over minerals reinforce this. It used to be the United States helped Europe because it was good for us. Now the argument seems to be, we'll only help you if we get something in return. So all of this has shaken up Europe. That's one big thing to me. The other is the German result. About a third of the Germans voted far left and far right. So you've got this coalition that's going to happen, the center-right and the center-left. We'll see how well they can govern. It's not clear to me they're going to have the political ability to raise defense spending nearly as much as it needs to be done. But what worries me, though, if you break down some of the vote, younger people, really quite supportive of the more extreme parties. My own sense is that if Germany doesn't succeed in these few years, by the time of the next election, it could look a lot more like Britain and France. And by that, I mean very large far-right and far-left parties. The center gets hollowed out. So I don't want to say this is the last chance for Germany, but this is a big moment, whether Merz can build a coalition that succeeds and could actually govern. And if they can, great. If they can't, the consequences for Germany and for Europe would be really, really profound.
And Joe, to the point you were making earlier, I mean, on this show, it's not just a knee-jerk reaction moment to moment for a decade now.